Real vibes, real shit, real stories. Come get a bite at the Lunch Meat Podcast.
Welcome back to the Lunch Meat Podcast, and today I'm with one of the best up and coming and top of the line established CBD company in the whole entire world. We at ATLRx, and we was Chase Slappey, the CEO and owner of ATLRx. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chase. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Chase, on the show, we have very established people, business owners, artists, musicians, everyday people, from engineers to doctors to come on the show. And everyone sees the success, but never see the background. So how they grew up, their lifestyle, their childhood challenges, their coming to their success and dreams from step 1 to step 10 or step 50, how long it takes, like Colonel Sanders. Age 64, he finally made KFC.
There we go.
But no one sees the grind and success of it. So on the show, you're featured today as the grinder, the business owner, and one of the best. So introduce yourself to the world.
Guys, my name's Chase Slappey, CEO of ATLRx, also known as Atlanta RX, and we're one of the largest providers of cannabis here in the state of Georgia.
Yes, sir. So Chase, man, it's a pleasure for you to come on the show. So thanks for blessing the show as
Absolutely.
well. And on the show, we like to, like I said, we like to know the background, childhood,
Sure.
growing up. So what was your childhood like growing up?
Yeah, so I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina,
Yes.
the Queen City.
Queen City. You know?
Yeah, I grew up with a great family, South Charlotte. Pretty normal childhood, to be honest with you. You know, the normal going to the movies, hanging out with friends, doing schoolwork and sports after school. You know, very, very normal childhood. I would say I was one of the few kids that actually worked every summer.
Correct.
So, getting up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, working all summer long, till 5, 6, even 7 p.m. at night. So that's something that really instilled hard work in me from a young age. Really earned the value of $1, and that's probably something I think is paying off nowadays.
Wow. So for me, I had a cookie business in middle school.
All right, cool.
So one other person was selected, 2 other people in the whole entire middle school to sell cookies during lunch.
Awesome.
So instead of me getting the free lunch, I'm gonna catch people at the line at the door. They gotta walk past me to get to the lunch door. So I had, all the good stuff, chocolate chips.
It's my favorite.
Almond, the almond,
go.
like the coconut almond ones.
Yeah.
And
I'm a chocolate chip guy myself.
oh man. So $3.25. People have like $5. I never had change. Like, hey, you
Raked
can
it up.
Hey, just write it off.
I like it. I was selling some
entrepreneur.
Pez in school, so yeah, we had the same thing going. Except it seems like you did it a little better than I did.
I did well. I did well for a little 7th grader. So your entrepreneurship dreams, right? Because you went to college too as well, correct?
Yep.
Ole Miss. All right,
Yep.
and you majored in
Marketing. Yeah.
Perfect. So after you majored in marketing and did everything else, you graduated.
Yep.
What was corporate America like for you?
Yeah. So corporate America was a grind. I went into a door-to-door sales job, which was basically a marketing job, but it was
Correct.
definitely door-to-door sales. It was a little.
I did the same.
A little weird. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something it wasn't, basically.
Right.
But yeah, going door to door, selling office supplies. It was a grind. Did that for like 5-6 months. Really thinking my skin. It was probably the best thing ever happened. It was almost like a sales graduate school, if you will.
Correct.
And then after that, just picking up the phone, slinging mortgages, which is what I got into after, was a breeze compared to.
You said wordages?
Mortgages, sorry.
Mortgages,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so went to the mortgage industry, worked for American Equity Mortgage and Wells Fargo, was a mortgage consultant with them. And it was a grind. Every month started over. It was just,
Numbers.
yeah. Just a typical sales job. As soon as that you had a good month and the 30th is over, it's back to square one all over again. So yeah, definitely a grind. Something that instilled a lot of good sales ethics in me and just overall sales strategy, sales training that has carried through
Correct.
To other jobs such as ATLRx. But yeah, it was definitely a grind.
Okay. So when did you know as a kid, right, you want to be in entrepreneurship?
Sure.
You want to get into owning your own business one day, helping others, because, you know, as a business owner, you have a basic obligation to, like, you know what, I want to help this person become the best person they can be within my facility, within my operations. So when did that mentality of you owning something one day came to light?
Yeah, I think I was about 15, 16 years old when I started telling my dad and other people I wanted to be an entrepreneur. The thing is, they'd be like, oh yeah, you want to be an entrepreneur? What do you want to start? And I didn't really know. I just know I wanted to work for myself one day. So that's been probably the most difficult part of this journey, is figuring out, you know, really what is my passion, what am I passionate about, and making it happen with cannabis, which is my passion. But it took me another 16 years to figure that one out. So you got to be patient.
Okay.
And don't jump into something that you're not truly passionate about, because you know that's the goal. If you're truly passionate about something you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life, and I truly believe that.
Yes. Is it? So this artists, just like painters, they have a saying, and business owners have their own saying. So the artist saying is, you know, if you truly love something, if you work for free, you never work again. Something like that. If you do something that you can do for free, you never be working again.
Yeah, so if you do something that you do for free,
right?
then you're set.
Correct.
For sure. And I would work in the cannabis industry in a sense for free. So yeah, we've definitely found the right thing to make us excel, because again, it's something we wake up every day and we just love doing it, rather than the people who are in it for the money.
Correct.
Don't truly enjoy the industry. It's trying to make a quick buck. And I think it's pretty easy to distinguish those type of companies within this industry. Okay.
So building ATLRx, the dream comes alive, right? You figure out what you want to do, and the how is very important. So a lot of people know what they want to do, when they want to do it, but how does that come into play with building a business from your opinion, your perspective?
Sure. So, you know, it's one thing to have a vision. It's another thing to actually have a business plan in order to execute on that vision, right?
Correct.
So yeah, that's something that took some time to figure out what steps we were going to do to execute our vision, and also I have two other partners, so getting us all on the same page, and putting kind of your egos aside and figuring out what's best for the business and growing slowly was key, which is why we started off with e-commerce, eventually opened up a retail store. Now we have multiple retail stores and a warehouse, but just, you know, inching your way down the line, not doing things too quickly. Cash flow is a big deal as well. So just, you know, really being strategic and making sure things are done slow but also right in the beginning is very, very crucial.
So no rush in the process.
Don't rush it. Yeah.
Everyone can be Gary Vee today. Everyone can be Chase Slappey tomorrow.
No. And as Gary Vee says, you know, anything good, it's not going to come quick. You know, so many people are trying to get rich quick, and you know, it's a long, rough, hard path. But that a lot of people don't see. They just see Gary Vee as some rich guy, but they didn't see that he was, you know, bagging groceries for his friends at the wine store when he was 25 years old and they're going to parties. So yeah, there's a lot of grinding to it, a lot of hard work that I think really sets people apart. Okay,
so now you got your how, you found your people. You know, it's three of y'all, correct? At that table, y'all came together one day at the tables, and you know what? How are we gonna make this happen? How are we gonna make this happen together? What was that conversation like between you and your partners, and what conclusion did y'all came out to, you know what, I think we got it?
Sure. So, I mean, a little step back there.
You're right.
I met my two partners at a software company called Orbit. They're basically a business intelligence software, up and coming.
Correct.
And so Rick is our COO. He's our chief operations officer. And then we have Moise, who's our CFO. And what we realized is that we all had a very diverse skill set, and we were all passionate about the same thing, which is cannabis. So I was able to convince them to invest in this company, and we were all, 1/3 partners, equal partners. So that's kind of how it all came together. Then figuring out the steps we're going to take in order to make this company come to fruition, that was a whole nother story. I think there was a lot of back and forth banter, a lot of throwing out ideas to figure out what was going to be the best way to approach it. I think we were talking about only coming out with an oil line at the beginning, and then we figured out we wanted to come out with a lot of different products. So, there was a lot of back and forth, not necessarily all on the same page at the beginning, but when you talk things through, you put your ego aside and you focus on dollars. I think
makes sense.
You can make it work out, but really putting your ego aside and having good business conversations was really crucial.
Okay, so what's one thing that you would say that you think about every single day, as in like before the launch or after the launch, the risk taking that you make every single day, or the risk taking that you may think about within the families, the amount of money that you think about every single day, stuff like that. So what's some things that goes through a business owner's mind as in risk?
Gotcha. From a risk standpoint, we always want to mitigate our risk by being as transparent as possible with everything we have. If you look at all of our label transparency is unmatched within the industry. So really making sure that the customer is thoroughly educated and aware of what they're putting in their bodies and how it's going to affect them. That is a great way to minimize our risk, and making sure we of course have our insurance and everything like that.
Correct.
But when everything's set up and you're doing right by the customer, I think you feel good and you sleep well at night.
Okay. So every person, Elon Musk, Danny, do you know who Dan Pena is?
No.
If you choose your friends, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Sure. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
So if you was gonna put like your 5 successful tips, to let the world know how you became successful or were growing towards more success, what tips would you give?
Sure. Let's do 3.
Let's do 3.
Let's do
I like
3
it.
tips. So, 1, do something you're passionate about. If you're not passionate about it, move on. Try something new. Figure out what you're passionate about, first of all. 2, I would say work hard. It doesn't come easy. Don't expect things to come to you and work out. Just because you think you have a good brand, a good logo, people are just gonna, oh my gosh, let me give you my money.
Fall through the window for you.
You gotta work hard. Find your passion and work super hard. And then 3 is be strategic about who you're working with. So if you have a partnership, find partners that have a very diverse skill set from you. You're a sales guy, don't find your 2 buddies who are sales guys to start a company with. No, find the numbers guy and the operations guy, or the content creation guy. You want to make sure you have a really diverse skill set and that you guys can all work well together and you trust each other. That's huge.
Wow, that's tips I'm gonna use for a lifetime.
For sure.
Especially with this business, it's worldwide one day. But next we're gonna move on. So the health side of CBD.
Sure.
So a lot of people don't know what CBD is.
Yeah.
A lot of people do know what CBD is.
Yeah.
But those who's curious about it and what it does for your body, they see pops around all over the world, and they see people very interested in it.
Sure.
So what does CBD do for the human body? And what could it do for different age brackets, if you want to give it to age brackets as well?
Absolutely. So to start off, CBD stands for cannabidiol. It is one of the chemical compounds in the cannabis plant, whether we're talking about marijuana or hemp. The hemp plant and the marijuana plant has over 113 cannabinoids. I'm sure you've heard of THC.
Yes.
The psychoactive component of marijuana. That's one of the cannabinoids. CBD isn't just another cannabinoid. It's affecting your endocannabinoid system, which provides balance to your body as well as fights disease. So that is what
fights disease.
Yes, so that's what CBD is nourishing essentially, and the fact that your ECS, endocannabinoid system, also known as the ECS, provides balance to your body. A lot of people find that CBD helps with a lot of different ailments, depending on the person. What's out of whack in your body is going to be different than what's out of whack in my body.
Correct.
So CBD is going to work with your body differently than mine, right?
Yes.
CBD can help with a number of ailments, such as you got sleep, anxiety, pain, inflammation, seizures, epileptic seizures. So many different things based on how that person's body is out of balance. So that's something to take into account. CBD is not a psychoactive substance.
Correct.
It's not like you're going to take it and necessarily feel something. It's more about what you don't feel. A lot of people have pain. You know, they take CBD. It's not like they feel high. They just don't feel that pain anymore.
Correct.
They have anxiety. They feel anxious all the time. They just don't feel that anxiety anymore. So it's a really key way to look at CBD. It's more about what you don't feel than what you do feel.
Wow. I'm newly educated people to the world who just listening to that. So there's already like CBD in our bodies in a way. Cannabinoids are naturally produced in the body. They actually have found cannabinoids in breast milk, mother's breast milk. So yes, these cannabinoids, endocannabinoids are produced in the body, but they're also given to us in other substances such as the cannabis plant. Wow. Okay, that's very new. So how can people take cannabis?
Yeah,
or the CBD.
CBD. So there's a variety of ways to take CBD, and you're going to take different types of CBD based on different type of ailments that you might be experiencing. For example, you can take the oil. That should be probably the foundation of your CBD intake.
Right.
The reason I say that is the oil is good for basically all ailments that CBD can basically alleviate. The oil is super bioavailable, meaning it's going to get into the bloodstream a lot more efficiently and effectively than a lot of other ways, such as topicals or edibles. And the oils is just a really proactive way to fight anxiety, sleep disorders, pain, inflammation, any type of seizures that you may be having. Second of all, you can do the smoking. So the smoking, we have the flower, we have the vape. The good thing about smoking is it's a really quick onset, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. However, it only lasts for up to an hour. So there's a lot of bioavailability with smoking. It's a quick onset, but it doesn't last as long. Whereas the oils take about 30 minutes to get into your body, but last up to 4 hours.
Wow.
So knowing that is also really important. For example, if say you have an anxiety attack,
Correct.
it's probably going to be better for you to take a vape or smoking product if you need that quick relief rather than an oil. So it's something to keep in mind. We also have topicals. Topicals don't really get into the bloodstream, but it is good for any pain and inflammation in certain isolated areas that you may have. And then finally, we have edibles. Edibles only have about 5 to 10% bioavailability, meaning only about 5 to 10% of the milligrams you're taking are going to get into the bloodstream.
Yes.
So there is a lack of efficiency with edibles. However, they can be a really good option for on-the-go needs, or if we're talking delta 8 THC, not CBD, it can actually be more of a psychoactive experience, if you will.
Okay.
But edibles take about an hour to kick in,
Yeah.
to feel, up to an hour and a half, but lasts up to 4 hours. So they take a lot longer to kick in, but they also last a lot longer. So all things to consider when finding the right CBD or delta 8 THC product for you.
So I heard there's like people got lotion now.
Yeah, lotion, salves,
And,
those are topicals. Yep.
How does like in California? I know that sometimes you use it for babies. They actually rub the lotion on babies or even our pets. So your products inside here, can people find products like that as well?
Yeah, so we have full spectrum products. They do contain THC. I wouldn't necessarily recommend rubbing our lotions or salves on your pet's fur or your baby.
Okay.
But if you are anyone else other than a pet or baby, I think it would be a good option for you.
Okay, so California. Hey.
However, for the pets, we do have dog treats and dog oils.
Okay.
And cat treats even, with the salmon and the cheese. So we do have options for your pets.
Wow. Okay. So everyone who has a pet,
Yeah.
make sure you come to ATLRx for that.
For sure. If your pet is like older, struggling with walking around, you can tell they're in pain, they have inflammation, or they're a younger pet that gets really anxious during thunderstorms or fireworks.
Wow.
It's a great option for them.
Perfect. So where do you see ATLRx 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now?
So ATLRx has strong plans to get into the cannabis industry when we go fully legal in the state of Georgia.
Correct.
We are setting up things in the background to where we are doing a manufacturing processing to where when the time comes we can literally flip the switch and move from a Delta 8 distillate to a Delta 9 distillate and keep our same processes. So
Nice.
We are working to do whatever we can, lobbying in this downtown, and basically getting all of our ducks in a row in order to make a successful transition to legal marijuana.
Gotcha. I can't
Medical
wait.
marijuana, if you
Don't
will.
worry. I'll say off camera. Anyway, so like, how can people they want to partner with you, franchise?
Yeah.
How can they reach out to you?
Sure. So you can reach out to info@ATLRx for any information that you have or that you would like for franchising, wholesale, white label, or just any other questions or concerns that you have about our brand.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, what's some words of wisdom? Your favorite quote, from someone you may know, someone you've seen, one of the top business owners, or just a person in general that you would like to give the world in business or personal?
Sure. Something that I live by, that I truly believe in, is just if you find your passion, you do something that you truly love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I truly believe that, and I think it's something super important because so many people are miserable in their 9-to-5 jobs for 40 years. They retire, they live for 20 more. It's a sad cycle. And I think everyone, unless you really, really are passionate about the job, that 9-to-5, I think there's better ways.
Correct.
Better ways to live your life.
And like Andy Frisella always said, or I even say this too a lot. So you don't want to be on your deathbed. You're laying down. You got your family members surrounding you. You're just laying on that cold bed.
Right.
Your life is flashing in front of your eyes slowly. And your breath is slowly taking out your body. And you're just looking around, you see your dreams and goals and everything that you want to accomplish, and all you saying is, man, I wish I could have, would have. Yep.
And I think that's one of the main common regrets of old people, is that they didn't try something they wish they'd have. They didn't start that business they wish they wanted to start. They didn't go after that girl they wanted to pursue. They didn't, go after that dream in general that they wanted. So, go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it, man.
Appreciate you, Chase, for coming on the show. After this, we will show you different products, and Chase will break down the information for it. So thank you so much. And where can you find this shop at?
We're right here. We're at 1101 Ponce de Leon, right in the Ponce Highlands, right next to Virginia Highlands, downtown Atlanta, Georgia.
Correct. In your Alpharetta.
We have an Alpharetta location off exit 11, off Windward Parkway, corner of Windward and Highway 9.
Perfect, man. Again, appreciate you coming.
Absolutely.
About to show the world what
Thanks
you got.
for having me.
Yes, sir. It's perfect.
Yeah, man. What's up, y'all? Chase here at the ATLRx Flower Bar. I wanted to explain some of the best-selling Delta 8 flower strains that we have today. First of all, we got our OG Kush right here. One of the most old school strains there is. It's more of a sativa leaning hybrid, I would say. It's a very clear-headed psychoactive effect. If you want to look at these nugs, they're super nice, super crystally, some really good trichomes. And OG Kush is actually testing out at 10% Delta 8 THC and right at 14.78% on the CBD. If you look at that, it's got really nice trichomes, good crystally nugs, really good trim job. This is an indoor grown hemp flower that is infused in a frozen powder Delta 8 THC and then sifted in keef. So top-notch Delta 8 flower here at ATLRx. We don't mess around. Google Delta 8 flower, we show up first in the nation. Our second best seller is our Afghan Goo. This stuff is awesome, y'all. It's more of on the indica dominant side, a little more relaxing, less clear-headed, a little more body high of an effect than the OG Kush. The Afghan Goo is testing out at 18% on the Delta 8 THC and 10% on the CBD. So more of a 2-to-1 ratio. And let me get out one of these nugs for you to look at. These are really, really nice. Check out the Afghan Goo. Covered in keef and Delta 8. Again, this is another indoor grown strain out of Northern California that is infused in Delta 8 THC. So those are two of our best-selling Delta 8 flower strains. If you want to head down to our CBD, one of our favorites is the cookies. Cookies is the indoor flower strain as well. Again, no Delta 8 THC in this, just CBD. This is 18% on the CBD side. And I don't know, you tell me what you think about this cookies. Yes, get in there. Yeah, really nice terpene profile, super sweet, light smoke. That has a really heavy CBD relaxation feeling. Don't miss out on the cookies. Moving on, we got some of our CBD oils. With the oils, we have a natural, a peppermint, and a citrus oil. When you come on in, take a sample. Don't be shy. Try them all out. Free samples always at ATLRx, all right? And then again, the oils, about a 30-minute onset, last for about 4 hours, up to 4 hours. We recommend taking it twice a day, so then you can have it in your body up to 8 hours. And again, we range from 300 to 6,000 milligrams in the oil, so large variety there. Back on the Delta 8 THC side, we got a line of vape carts. The vape carts, we have indicas, hybrids, and sativas. We got sour diesel and Durban poison on the sativa side. We got gelato, white widow, and limoncello on the hybrids, and then OG Kush and Granddaddy Perp on the indicas. What you want to look for, y'all, when it comes to a good quality Delta 8 THC cart is that it's a clear colored distillate. That's how you know it's a quality distillate. And then you always want to look for percentages. Look for anywhere between 80 and 95% on the carts. We only use between 96 and 98% distillates, so top-notch distillate that is used in all of our products. And then we also use C-cell carts, which are individually heavy metal batch tested, which is super important. Moving on, we have one of our top selling products, which is our Delta 8 THC. Looks like we're out of the gummies here. Huh, that's funny. Damn, we completely out of gummies.
Yeah, they sold out when I came in.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even know that.
A lot of people came in asking for sold out.
Damn. All right, so let me go to the caramels. So we are actually sold out of our gummies. Our gummies are a killer seller product. They move faster than we can keep them on the shelves, basically. So we will have those back in stock next week. We have those in 30 and 60 milligrams. But for right now, as a stopgap, we have these incredible tasting caramels. These are Delta 8 THC caramels. They contain 37 milligrams per caramel, and we have 3 different flavors. We have a sea salt, an original, and a cinnamon. All amazing. Watch out though, these pack a punch. If you're not a experienced cannabis user, I would only take a half of one. No lie. And then we also have our CBD gummies. We have a sleep gummy and we have a normal CBD gummy. What's really special about these gummies is they're not your average CBD gummy. These are 44 milligrams per gummy, and they also have 1.5 milligrams of Delta-9 THC. So these pack quite the punch. And then on the sleep side, if you want to get a really good night's rest, we have our CBD sleep gummies. These are full spectrum again, 40 milligrams of CBD per gummy, and then 1.37 milligrams of Delta-9 THC, 6 milligrams of CBN, and then we have 1.5 milligrams of melatonin per each gummy. Really, really strong and effective sleep gummy. You're not going to wake up feeling groggy the next day. Let me redo that one. All right, so we got a really, really powerful sleep gummy here. You're not going to wake up feeling groggy the next day. You get 40 milligrams of CBD, 1.5 milligrams of Delta-9 THC, 1.5 milligrams of melatonin, and 6 milligrams of CBN to get you a great night's sleep. And then let's go over the ATLRx topicals. Our line of topicals, we have our lotion and our salves. The lotion we offer in a 500, 1,000, and a 1,500 milligram option. And then our salves, we have a citrus and a lavender salve, both in a 1,000 and a 1,500 milligram option. Great for any pain and inflammation you might be experiencing. That's the main use case for the topicals. So yeah, something unique about ATLRx products is we actually have precise label accuracy. So if you want to look a little closer on these labels, you'll see our Delta-8 THC oil, which is a Delta-8 distillate mixed with an MCT oil. We have a 500 and a 1,000 milligram option, but the 500 milligram option didn't test out exactly to 500 milligrams. It never will. So we print to the exact milligram that it actually tests out. So you'll see 567 milligrams. You can actually scan our QR code right here and pull up a third-party lab result as if you're pulling up a menu at a restaurant nowadays. And it will actually show up as exactly as 567 milligrams. So that complete transparency so you can precisely dose yourself is something that is important to us. So yeah, that's some of our best-selling products. Hope you guys learned some good information. If you guys would like to learn more about these products, please come by one of our retail locations and we can certainly give you some insight.
Real vibes, real shit, real stories. Come get a bite at the Lunch Meat Podcast.